Mike writes in, you talked about farmland.
Yes.
Don't you live on a farm? He says, Mark, you've recommended buying farmland in the past. Number one, do you own a farm? Says Mike, do we have that? Yeah. And if so, what do you grow on it? Is that where you keep your gold bars?
I'm a partner in a partnership in New Zealand. We have farmland there, and obviously there we don't grow hashish. But in the north of Thailand, I have some land, and we grow some good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. Makes you very happy.
When I'm hungry, food makes me happy.
Yeah. You come once to Chiang Mai, I take you on a trip.
The Golden Triangle.
No, the Golden Trip in Chiang Mai.
The Golden Trip, I see. Okay. No white powder days for us. You sound kind of like, do you remember a gentleman named Howard Ruff?
Yes, yes.
The Rough Times. I mean, this kind of dates me, but that's back in the 70s.
Yes.
He was preaching, learn to use your guns, learn to shoot your dinner, have a year's supply of food saved up in your house, and buy lots and lots of free 65 silver coins. It's almost like survivalism.
Yes, I think this economic crisis is very serious, and it will end with the next war. And in the next war, you will not have a conventional war, you will have dirty wars, and people, the hostile forces, they will be called in the West terrorists, but they will be just hostile forces. They will attack major urban centers. So you don't want to have your house in a financial center, you want to have a farm in the middle of nowhere. Nobody will drop a bomb on your farm in the middle of nowhere.
So become anti-social in the next generation, is what you're saying.
Don't
congregate.
I travel a lot in the world. I tell you, in the countryside, people are friendly, and in cities, they're anti-social because everybody mistrusts each other. And you want to meet friendly people, go to the countryside where people have a village and they know each other and so forth. In big cities, nobody knows his neighbor.
You used to, I've known and loved you for almost 2 decades since I first got to know you.
Yes, you've
always been the consummate gentleman, but you were noticeably testier when you lived in Hong Kong. Now that you live in the jungle, in the forest.
It's not exactly the jungle, although we have termites, and we have crocodiles, and we have elephants.
Now you've got a constant smile on your face. I think has your blood pressure gone down? I think it's good for the Constitution, isn't it?
No, I travel a lot, and I live on airplanes, and when I'm not traveling, I like to be somewhere where I have no visitors and where I can really focus on writing and reading. And I need some peace occasionally.
I hope someday I can be like you, because you're doing what my mother always told me to do. You are actually taking time and smelling the roses.
Yes,
or at least the
and I have dogs. I have dogs.
Really?
Yes,
and you're a dog
very
lover.
Vicious ones.
Very vicious.
They love me, but they are very vicious.
Very vicious. Hence, you don't want to visit Dr. Doom at home. Wait for him to come to you. Mark, always a pleasure, my friend. That'll do it for Confidential.
Hear more Bloomberg News reports on the Bloomberg Terminal at AV Go, on Bloomberg Television, and on Bloomberg Radio. Copyright Bloomberg